Hey everybody, it's Dallas42 back again with another 7 Days to Die video. Last night we logged out right here in the middle of the desert because we are exploring the desert, trying to put all the roads on the map, all the roads and any POIs that they connect to, and we've pretty much done the left half of it. But we still have the right half. So we're going to continue exploring that today. If we finish and we have time, we will dip our toes into the snow biome and start seeing what we can do to get the biome quests unlocked for that. And then day 69, tomorrow, we are going to go back to our pine forest base and be ready for action over there for the upcoming blood moon on day 70. And we got a little bit of repairs that we need to do for our horde base before then. Ooh, what's this? It's like an old west town. Let me stop you right there, buddy. Yeah, looks like it's all low-tier stuff, though. Well, it's cool that they got an old west ghost town in here, but it's all low-tier stuff. Okay. Before we go too far, if you enjoy the video today, please don't forget to click the like button, subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already, hit that bell to get notified whenever I post something new, share it with your friends, leave a comment, tell me what you thought about everything, and all that kind of stuff helps the channel keep growing. I appreciate all your support. Okay, up here, this is a tier 0. Okay. But there's another road that goes out this way. Coyote. How am I doing on those challenges after all? Before I was so rudely interrupted, I did finish this White Slayer. That's a good thing to finish. Still got a long way to go on demo zombies, though. Coyote, that's wolves. Coyotes, we still have 30 more to kill. We still need all the animals. We haven't gotten enough of any of the animals yet, so that's going to take a while. Something we need to be focused on. Anytime we see an animal, like that little rabbit over there. That road split two ways, so let's not forget to do the other side. Let's change it up this time. We'll stay to the left. I usually stay to the right, but this time we'll stay to the left. Let's see what happens. Ooh, my bike is almost out of gas. Yeah, I made the executive decision that we're not going to go gallivanting all over the cross country anymore, because that has proven to be very damaging to my motorcycle. Okay, we are low on fuel. We need to get back to our base and collect some fuel pretty soon. It's becoming an issue. That's a 0. Thought that might have been a road, but it was not. That one is, though. When we get to like 30%, 33% fuel, I need to go back to the nearest safe house and get more fuel. It's becoming an issue. What's this place? Fort Quonset. It's a tier 4 military. Okay. Surrounded by landmines, of course. Keeping to the left if there's any other roads out there. Wow, that's about as steep as it gets right there. That's a tier 0. Staying to the left over here in case there's another road. But I heard an animal. Got no visual. Some wild terrain, this desert biome. Here's our left turn. Knew there was another one out here somewhere. This one's a tier 1 cave. Roads out to the left? Doesn't look like it. Okay, that's the end of that road network. Check this one already. It's a tier 0. Okay, gas is becoming an issue. But there's a big mountain range between me and my base, so we should get back to this point along the road. That was a 0 over there. We already checked. Yeah, yesterday and the day before we did two tier 5 POIs back-to-back days, and that's the first time we've ever done that in this playthrough, so that's really cool. I thought it was a good accomplishment. Usually I need like a day to decompress in between to repair and take care of inventory management and all that kind of stuff, but this time we were good to go. We planned everything out right, we got an early start both times. Worked out very nicely. So we're just going to head back to our base over here where I have a chemistry station, and I can make a the gas over there. And if we need to spend some time waiting for gas, we'll just do like a local tier 4 or something like that. Garbage. Take those. Is that rad remover? I might take that too. Boy, they're all dropping loot bags. That's nice. More sledgehammer skill. A compound bow. I don't need any bows, but that's kind of cool. It's the first one of those I've seen. Lots of zombies around here. Thought I heard an animal. False alarm. There's a wandering band of zombies over here. All the loot bags. So there's a thing that I haven't really talked about in this game called loot stage, and if you go to your, where is it, your character and core character stats, here's your loot stage right here, and the higher that number gets, the better loot you're liable to find. And it has to do with which biome you're in, and some of the items that you have equipped can have an impact on it, and the level, your level of experience, I think, plays a factor in that. And there's all sorts of things that play a factor in it, but that's what determines when you open up a package of loot, like how good is it. It has to do with your loot stage. So that's why we're finding so many loot bags out here, is because we are at a higher loot stage because we're in the desert. Our loot stage has increased significantly since we got to the desert. So enemies that might not have done anything great for us before are now dropping loot bags like they're going out of style because of my increased loot stage. That's what that's all about. I'm sure there's a lot of intricacies about it that I don't fully understand. I'm probably missing some of the finer points in my brief description, but you guys get the idea. You can learn more about it online if you want. There's plenty of great YouTubers that dive into detail about how all that stuff works. That one's eating some roadkill. Okay, we're heading back to our desert safe house. We're going to craft some gasoline because I'm dangerously low. And if we need to wait a while for that to craft, we'll pick a tier 4 in the nearby area and we'll do it. It'll be fun. I do have enough oil shale in my inventory for 2 full stacks of gasoline, so that'll keep us going for a while. I think I had some crafting back at the pine forest base also, if I'm not mistaken. Definitely heard a wolf or something. There it is. Coyote. The main difference between coyotes and wolves is wolves don't smuggle people across the border. Almost back now. Found my way into a tight section here. Oh, that's a tier 4. Did I put that on the map yet? Yeah, okay. I'm starting to get this notion that I'm going to want to go back and do tier 4s just to extend the fun a little bit, so I'll make sure if I happen upon a tier 4 that I definitely put it on the map. There's the Ostrich Hotel that we cleared out yesterday. And the Poppin' Pills factory we did the day before. Okay. Let's get in here and get some gas crafting. I need some coal. I have some in here, I think. There it is. I want to make 2 of those. It's going to take about 20 minutes of fuel, plus a pinch to grow an inch. And that's going to take a while. It's going to take 20 minutes. So, while we wait 20 minutes for that to happen, we could go and run a local tier 4. What do we have nearby that we know of? Something down there. Guess that's the closest one. Let's go try this one. So the other thing that we want to do, if we're going to do this, if we're going to go all in on tier 4s like I'm thinking about, is we want to start labeling them like we have been with the tier 5s. That way, we know which ones we've done before and which ones we haven't. Okay, this is the place. So, to my point, we want to put this on the map more accurately as the for Dump C Clinic. There we go. This should take us about 20 minutes, I would think. Hey, she showed me the way. I should have dropped some things off before I came over here, but oh well. We'll make it work. I don't want for much these days. I gotta say, the POIs are my favorite part of this game. I love the way that they tell a story, lead you from point A to point B around like a certain pathway. I enjoy the POIs in this game. Blew him right off the roof. He fell a long way too. If he wasn't finished when after I fired at him, then he was definitely finished after he fell. Looks like I need to go down here. Got some more oil shale. I hope I started crafting those. Did I? I hope I did that right. Guess we'll find out. Yucca. Yucca tastes good. Level 5 ranger outfit, that might be an upgrade for me. Gotta get these guys with clinical precision, since I'm in the clinic. I hear one. Don't know where he is, though. Down, maybe? Is. Got him. So far, so good. Another layer down, I think. Two more layers down. Floors, I should say. Some good old-fashioned zombie juggling. That one's locked. This is like the main entrance over here, I think. Uh-oh. This could be a problem. To scream and attract the whole neighborhood. Ah, here we go. Hey, there we are. That wasn't too bad at all. Never found a payoff in here. There's got to be more. There's another layer down, right? There's another floor down. I never went down there. That's got to be where the payoff is. It's locked. I missed something here because there's got to be a payoff. Tier 4, certainly there's going to be a payoff. I wouldn't have to break down any walls or doors to get to it. I missed something somewhere. Ah. This looks like it could be something. There we go. I see payoff loot over there. Okay. Just gonna sit right here and wait. Be afraid to fall back to a safe position. Even though it's a tier 4 instead of a tier 5, doesn't mean you're not going to get swarmed by a whole bunch of big nasty zombies. It can happen. Here's the payoff. One of the rules, don't get cocky. Make sure you clear all your corners before you get too excited about looting the payoff. Remember the Area 7 POI, I think it was, where everything looked like it was all clear and I had done everything. And I got up to the payoff loot and a whole bunch of zombies spawned in from everywhere and bum rushed me. So always be careful. Don't need that. Take those. like to have that recog. Just eat this real quick. There we go. I got lots of ammo for this. I should sling this for a while. So way up there. Don't need that. Don't need that either. Is there a switch or something that I missed somewhere? Ah, okay, it just opens automatically. So here's another thing I've been thinking about. So, unfortunately, there's no way to rename one that you've already made. That would be a nice thing for the devs to add, but what we can do is we can go for dump C, or we can go for X dump C clinic. That way the X shows us that we've completed it. And I can do the same thing for hey, we dinged off of that one. How about that? I can do the same thing for these tier 5s. All of them, really. We know this one is the Ostrich. Let me just get back to my safe house here, and then we'll do it. Okay, let's check the map here. This is the Ostrich Hotel. So instead of let's do this. And then we can get rid of the check marks. Pop in Pills Factory. There we go. And if we pass by any others, we'll do the same thing. That way we know which ones we've already completed. And then I can go over here and I can search for 5. And it'll show us all the 5s that we've found. And then I'll update them all with X's. So I could do it now. This one's Area 7. $5X Area 7. It's not going to get rid of the check marks, but it'll at least update the name of the POI. Here's the Red Mesa Compound. There's another one up here, the hybrid mining. Industrial. And there was one over here, the U.S. Army Post 7. Since there's 3 of those, I better be careful. I don't want to screw that up. Correa Rockworx. $5X Correa Rockworx. And then over here, there was Grover High. And over here, there was the 7 Days Suites. Sort of a high-rise. And then up here we got the Navezgane Athletics Complex. Which I think ended up being more of a military base. We've updated the 2 down here. So we know there's a U.S. Army post here. And there was a U.S. Army post up there. And there was a U.S. Army post over here. So the closest one is going to be this one down here. So that should be this one. Yep. And the second closest is probably the one in the burnt forest. That one. Yep. Now, of course, I didn't actually complete that one, and I didn't actually complete the one in the desert, but because they're duplicates, I have decided I'm not going to do all the duplicates. I'm only going to do the I'm only going to do each unique POI once. So, since I did the U.S. Army post up here in the pine forest, I don't feel the need to do any duplicates of that anywhere else. Okay, so that'll take care of all those 5s. Now they're updated to my new standard of labeling. And we'll start applying that new standard of labeling on any tier 4s that we decide to do. How's our gasoline looking here? You know, that's what I was afraid of. I never pushed mix. So I'm not going to wait another 20 minutes. Oops. Alright, well that's alright. Let's see. Let me dump off some of this stuff. In fact, what I want to do now is I want to start dumping some stuff on my motorcycle, because we're about to head back to the pine forest base. So extra stuff that we don't need all the time, we're going to put on this motorcycle. Raw diamond, nice. pick up this bicycle, and I want to put it on the motorcycle. We're going to pick up as much of this stuff as we can. Drop that stuff on the motorcycle as much as possible until we fill it up. Okay, that's all that can carry. Let's drop the rest back in here for now. Okay, so we're waiting 20 minutes. We can go run another tier 4. There's a tier 4 over here that looked pretty cool. It's rather large though, I don't know. There's one over here also. There's one down here. This one's not too big. Let's do this one. Just go run over there. It won't take that long. Animal. Some back alleys. If you've ever seen the movie The Descent, those little spider zombies are reminiscent of the creatures from that movie. Awesome movie, one of my favorite horror movies. Okay, where is it? Is it this place? Yeah, this is the place. So let's, well, we'll label it when we come out. Looks like this is a way in. Let's take it. Don't expect this one to be too challenging. It is tier 4 though, we don't want to get cocky. It's one of our rules. Interestingly, devoid of zombies. Wants me to go out there. Follow the lights. When in doubt, follow the lights. Like a textile place. I remember when the first time I saw one of those red zombies, I was all scared, and now they're coming out of the woodwork. Now there's a lot of red zombies. I'm pretty sure the red zombies are the toughest zombies. It goes green, blue, red, I think. Correct me if you know something I don't know. And then, of course, there's all sorts of different types of zombies, as far as, you know, like you got this skinny girl zombie, you got that guy, you got this bigger guy, you got the big mamas and the tourists and the cops, and on up to, like, spider zombies and military zombies and whites and all these different kinds of zombies. So if you see one of those and it's red, then you're really, you know, you really are dealing with a tough zombie at that point. Don't get up. Implement my zombie juggling technique. Works really good in this game. Don't need any of that, thanks very much. Don't need that. It turns out money's really not that valuable in the zombie apocalypse. You could play this game to where you really buy and sell a lot of stuff to the traders, but that's just never really been my style in these games. Do it when I need to, but not that often. Quick on the draw. Looks like a good place for a zombie to come out of. Or not. It's like a storage facility. Is that where I'm at now? A couple of storage crates in here anyway. Well, there's a way through there. There's no getting up there, it doesn't look like. Hey, knife skill. Excellent. Not that it matters as much now that I've found a level 5 machete. That was a good find. Spears. Found a bookstore. Haha! Sneak attack. Bookstores are great in the early game. Are not as useful in the late game, but they're still useful. There's still a handful of books that we're trying to read that we haven't finished yet. Every little bit helps as far as that's concerned. armor. That's one that I definitely need. Maybe don't need, but would like. Hey, a new schematic. Advanced muffle connectors. Nice. At some point I need to make sure that I've got all the best mods that I can get crafted and equipped. I've been kind of neglecting that aspect of things for a while. It's nighttime, so any zombies are going to be moving a little quicker. Hey, vehicles, nice. We're up to 80 on that. Need that maxed out to make my gyrocopter. Next week, we're also going to... One thing we're going to do next week is we're going to finish building that 4x4. Once we get to our back to our pine forest base. You see that guy just spawn in right there? That's what happens. They're not always standing there waiting for you. Sometimes they'll just spawn in. Or it could have to do with my, like the way the draw-in works. Some sort of new schematic for robotics that I didn't have before. Oh, that might be a good item. Better than what I have. Haven't been over here yet. There's a hole in the wall. We can go there. Come get some. Look at that box hiding right there. Whoops, I destroyed it by accident. Hope there's nothing good in there. The chainsaw is so efficient that it's pretty easy to accidentally destroy a box if you're not careful. Gonna eat some pears, why not? That's what I should have done last time. Onwards. Shouldn't have fell down, dude. That was your fatal mistake. Up we go. It's a pretty neat little POI. Like a mixed use commercial area. Sounds like a screamer. Minor boots 4. Those might be better than the minor boots I have now. I don't think they are, but they might be. That one was hiding. Hey! Oh, that's for archery. That's no good for me. Still, it's a book I haven't read yet. Yeah, we'll definitely be ready to gas up and head back to the pine forest after this. This turned out to be a fairly substantial POI. It's taking quite a while. That's why I wanted to do some of these tier 4s, because some of them are pretty cool. Some of them are pretty big and pretty substantial and pretty fun. That door's locked. There's a switch. It's no longer locked. Gotcha. Sledgehammers. There's a way down here. Guess that's my way. I had a feeling that would crack under my feet. That's why I went quick. I don't want to just take pot shots at random zombies down there, because if I miss, they come running up through this POI, and these zombies that I have not already dealt with might get aggroed at that point. So it's a little bit dangerous to do that. Probably wouldn't be a problem, but I've had it be a problem in the past, so I want to be a little extra careful. Up we go. I see an explosive device over there. Didn't attract anybody. That looks like a fun POI to do over there too. Do I have that on the map? I do. It's only a 3. Doesn't mean we couldn't do it, though, if we were so inclined. Stupid birds. I hate the birds. That was a little dangerous there. I made a run across there because I thought that it was going to fall apart under my feet, which it probably would have, but then a whole bunch of zombies aggroed right on the other side, including a bird, which are the toughest ones to deal with, in my opinion. I got a fatigue status, but nothing that a vitamin can't fix, and we have plenty of those. These are the reasons why I always carry all the different medical stuff with me. So no matter what happens to me, I can deal with it. I see the payoff loot. Anybody want some? I figured as much. I think I'd be so lucky as to grab grab all that scot-free. Guess we got him. A knife book. That's one that we would like to max out at some point. Maybe. Got it. Gold. All right, we did it. Now to exfiltrate. Well, how do they expect you to get out of here? It's not that. Of course, I could just jump off, but I always like to look and see if there's like a... Whoops, I fell off. Okay. That works. I always like to look and see if there's like an official way out. I did get the payoff, so certainly we were, you know, right at the end of it. Okay, I guess we did it. So, I'm going to change my label now. It's this one here. And it's called the 4. Oops. It's a commercial, I guess. 4X Rich Munch Plaza. So now I know if I ever go over here and I search for 4, I can see at a glance with the X any of the ones that I've already finished. And eventually I'd like to, as I do them, I will rename them to reflect that. Alright, let's get back to our base, our safe house, and we will that would be a wolf. We'll go ahead and get back to our safe house here, and then we will call it a night. I was standing on that guy when he tried to get back up again, and that's why it kind of shoved me off to the side awkwardly. This guy dropped a bag. Let's take stock of the situation. Alright, we're heading back home. We're going to call it a night. So I actually don't want to... I want to take whatever might be useful home with me. Don't need steel tool parts. I might need motor tool parts, though. We can always come back and get this stuff later. I'm actually going to have to... There we go. Alright, the rest of this stuff's just going to have to stay here for now. Actually, that can go in. I'll take that. That can go in. I'll take that. That can go in. I'll take steel tool parts. Paper can go in. I'll take glue. Scrap polymers can go in. I'll take gunpowder. Okay. That's pretty reasonable for right now. So we're going to call it here, and tomorrow we'll make our way back to our pine forest base and start getting ready for the blood moon. So, I hope you enjoyed the video. If so, please click the like button. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. Hit the bell to get notified when I post something new. Leave a comment to tell me what you thought about it. Share it with your friends. All that kind of stuff helps my channel keep growing. Appreciate your support, and I will see you in the next one.